So we're going to explore basically how to fix audio video drift left over from Riverside video recording, problems, issues. Throughout the course of the video, we're going to go in the following steps. We're going to discuss what the problem is, where I think the problem is coming from, and then the fix. Before we do, I want to make this quick comment, and please don't skip this. I think it's important. Of course, you're going to hear me say like and comment, support the channel. That's true. But don't subscribe. The reason I'm saying this is because this is not my typical content. I don't make videos about podcasting. I make podcasts, and my podcast niche is like pretty specific. So there's a not insignificant chance that you might not be particularly interested in my podcast. So I would love it if you went and checked out a video, checked out a couple episodes. Maybe you discover that you do find it very interesting, in which case, please do subscribe. But if you subscribe and you don't actually watch the videos, that doesn't really help me, and you're not going to get any more podcasting tips from me, at least not any time in the near future. So subscribing for that won't really get you what you want. But, thumbs up and comments, that definitely helps boost some algorithms, and some of you might find your way to my show, and that would be great. Okay, the problem. Recording on Riverside, specifically on the desktop app for Mac, I would get progressive audio video drift. This is what it looks like. I have mentioned to a couple of people as things have all kind of come around. Okay, so that looks good, right? But if we go ahead to another section where I'm talking, sort of nodes, at least for myself personally, and as I've gotten increasingly more curious and interested in ibogaine over the years, so you can see it's progressive drift. It's not just slightly out of sync. There's a problem in how the audio and the video are separately being encoded. That makes it difficult to fix because if it's not consistent, you can't just nudge it in one direction or another. So if you take a look here at Adobe Audition, and you don't need Audition, this is something that you can fix for free with just DaVinci Resolve, the free version. I just want to point this out. Because I believe Riverside records their frame rates for video and audio differently, but then they send you the fully encoded audio video file, what you get is this mismatch. And you can see the mismatch here in the, I have the video and then the audio separately. And you could see this isn't a big difference, but it's, from what I can tell, it's what's causing the problem. So how do we fix the problem? First, we want to go to our project files. You can see here all three of these were recorded on the desktop app. All three of them had drift. This one was through the web browser. It did not have drift, but the audio video quality was much lower. So this is one we're going to fix today. We're going to go into the project, and we'll see here, at least on my layout on the left-hand side, under the source files, the issue for me is not with the guest's audio, it's always with my audio. So I'm going to go next to me, James Chesso, that's my name. Going to click the three little dots here. We're going to download the raw video and raw audio. We need both of those. Once we've got those downloaded, we're going to put them into DaVinci Resolve. Again, you don't need to pay for anything. This is just the free version. Well, this is the studio version, but you can do this with the free version. And we're going to put both the video, make sure it's lined up to the very beginning. We're going to do the same for the audio on another channel. Make sure it's lined up all the way to the beginning. So everything is starting at 0. You can see here, we'll go back into the video. It looks good in the beginning, right? Then we go to the end and it looks like this, which was so well written and so interesting and so thorough. And okay, notably out of sync. Now, remember that small difference, like that tiny difference I pointed out in the Adobe Audition? If you zoom in on the audio file, so bring the playhead to the very end, and then it's Command plus on Mac, you go zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. You can see the difference here. This is like, this is a tiny difference, but it's what's making the problem. Now, in order to fix this, what we want to do is make sure that the magnet here is turned on. So we get it, the playhead will lock at certain significant points. We got to make sure that between the audio and video of the raw video itself is not linked. So you want to make sure this little chain is turned off. Okay. Then we're going to select just the video. We're going to right click on it. We'll go to retime controls or hit Command R. Then in the top right, we'll get this little 2 arrows, right? That will stretch the video, and we want to stretch it so that it matches the audio, okay? Then let's zoom out, and a little over there, man, I lost track of time. Boom, look at that. Lost track of time, but got appropriately timed video. Now, the last thing that I've noticed, typically I need to nudge this just a little bit forward to get it perfectly in line. That in the show notes of this episode, jameswjesso.com. Again, Jonathan, right? And that's with a period. Okay, so now things are lined up. If you work in DaVinci Resolve, which I think is fine because they have some good, audio editing stuff in there for free. Oh my goodness, for free. Then you should be good to go. All you want to do probably is just delete one of these so you don't have double audio on your export, and you just export this video. I would personally suggest that you export it at whatever the same quality and frame rate is of the guest recording. And when you do the audio, make sure you're exporting in a way where you could do linear PCM at 24 bits per second at least, because that'll just help make sure that your audio is not overly compressed before you do whatever editing you're going to do on it. And that's the solution. I really wish Riverside would just explain that to us, because it's so simple. And when I emailed them about it, I basically got told it was my fault, when the reality is because I set up the tech wrong, and that is just really not the case from what I can tell. There's just issues with the way that their thing records that unless you have a very specific setup, it's going to cause this problem every time. So, yep, that's the thing. Like, comment, please. Check out my other videos, and if it turns out you like them, you can subscribe, but don't subscribe again. Don't subscribe if you're not interested in the actual main content that I produce, which is a podcast, not about fixing podcasts. And that's all. Take care and goodbye.